Welcome back to the Hot Pot of Coffee podcast. My name is Brad.
And I'm Amanda.
And we have Zach with us again, as promised. He just got back from his honeymoon. And then, we had the wedding. We talked about that in the podcast a while ago. And then Zach went directly to his honeymoon. And then I've been working at my new job and traveling. And then we had the nice sorority girls on last week. And so we finally got Zach back in the studio. Zachary.
In case you're wondering, I haven't fucked anyone in my hall either. So it's fine.
Zach, thank you so much.
I've been waiting on that all week.
I was wondering. Thank you.
We did some other shit in college, but we don't need to talk about it.
I didn't live in the dorms. So.
Yeah.
I'm good. Things are good.
Cool.
Married man.
You're a married man. Let's see that ring.
I don't have it. I got a tattoo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Did you see the tattoo?
So I told him,
see the
you got the
tattoo.
tattoo. I told the man, I was like, look, it's for Brad. And
B for Brad.
her Z is exactly how I do my cursive B when I sign my name. I go, they both got Brad.
Well, that's how I do we had the guy. Well, we didn't have him do it, but we realized after he drew it out that it's exactly like my signature. Because I just do a Z and an E.
Yeah,
my
and
signature.
the way I do my B really quick looks like a cursive Z. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's so nice. They both got my...
Yeah. No,
All for
B
you.
for Brittany.
So you don't want to wear the... You don't...
No, I do. My real ring, even at the wedding, it was driving me crazy. And I'm sure it'll take a few days to get used to.
Yeah, it did.
But
My brother was constantly playing with
Oh,
his.
I hated it.
Yeah.
And then the next day, still hated it.
Oh, boys, don't.
I hated it. It wasn't so much on my ring finger; it was hitting my pinky. That was driving me crazy.
Oh, like when you close your hand.
Yeah, and just doing anything. I kept hitting it on stuff, and it was driving me nuts. And in the airport, because we left Monday morning, to go to California, and in the airport, I was like, I can't do it. It's driving me nuts. So I got a silicone one and wore that most of the trip, and I like the silicone ones.
Those are comfy.
That's what a lot of
That's
medical
nice.
people wear, and those are great.
Yeah, so I'm just letting the tattoo fully heal. I think it's about there, but I'm gonna let the tattoo fully heal, and then probably just wear the silicone one. Or I'll just rock the tattoo. I mean, it's there. So
Yeah.
I mean, she wears her ring. That's all that matters.
yeah, she had the guy perfectly measure it out, so you could still see it with,
Oh,
with
cool.
the ring
Oh,
on.
nice.
So,
It looks like you're a gangster who didn't have enough money to finish that saying on your hand.
so funny story. You'll laugh at this actually. So I was joking with Brittany as soon as we got him done. We went and got dinner, and we were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, if we ever get divorced, I just got to find a Bonnie or a Bethany or something. And I was like, or just something that B is the third letter in a 4-letter word. And she just looks at my hand and thinks, and she goes, ribs. So I said I'm gonna get love ribs on my knuckles if it doesn't work out.
Oh my god, that's
perfect.
fucking amazing.
You don't have to pay to remove it.
Yeah.
Or you just tell people, I lost a bet with my friend Brad and I had to get his tattoo. There's a Z on his penis, but I had to get B on my ring finger.
Yeah, no. It's just don't get divorced.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah,
It's
your
also
mom.
a concept.
Your mom said, "Why would you get a tattoo?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"Marriage is also pretty permanent."
I've been planning this for a while. That's what my mom. But once we got him done, my mom really liked it.
Yeah,
so.
of course. It's so funny to me that people think that. I mean, that's definitely an older generation thing to think. But
Now, I mean, this is still pretty subtle. I wouldn't get Brittany on my forehead. I know someone who.
yeah, you're not Post Malone, but
Yeah, I know someone who just got divorced, and she has Jeff on her neck.
Oh, God.
Huge.
yeah. What do you
Why?
turn Jeff into?
And they just got divorced. No, you probably gonna have to get it removed, or
She's like, I really love 22 Jump Street.
have to find another Jeff.
Jeff.
But yeah, no, it's at least mine's pretty subtle. I think it'll be good. Or don't plan on getting
I
divorced.
think the divorce rate is higher when you get the full name.
Yeah.
Divorce rates are also higher when you don't have a tattoo.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I love my wife.
It's planning. Yeah. So that's cool. So the wedding from your point of view. So we gave our point of view.
Yeah.
So I want to know what things I know when I came there, when I got there, everyone was a mess, right? I mean, the bolo ties, 2 of them were missing.
Ooh, the bolos.
The bolos, which was not a problem.
Amanda was a big fan of the bolo.
I actually really like the bolo, yeah.
So it was really funny because what they did is they actually got Buzzy's brother, Brad, to bring them. So they kept saying, Brad's so awesome. Like, thank God for Brad. And I kept like standing in the room behind everyone. Like, you're welcome. Like, like the whole time everyone said like, Brad's awesome. And I was like, thanks. And like, no one heard me. No one even paid attention to me. They were just like,
yeah, you did save the day. I mean, backstory, we all got ready at my friend Buzzy's house. And I didn't tell anyone that they were going to be bolo ties until the day. I think Patrick was the only one because I slipped. But
I figured.
I didn't tell anyone they were going to be bolo ties until we were getting dressed. And I was honestly, I thought everyone would hate them, but I was just going to be like, yeah, deal with it. But everyone seemed to really enjoy them.
Honestly,
good look.
I honestly thought like the second you said cowboy boots, like I figured you were doing bolo tie. Yeah,
well,
that's why when I got there, I wasn't like, oh, bolos. I was like, oh, where's my bolo?
Yeah, well. But yeah, so we left, and you were the only adult groomsman that wasn't there getting ready. You had other things to do, so it's fine. And then her little brother, but I set those aside and I forgot to bring them when we left. So that was like, I was so chill all day, and everyone's like, get nervous yet? And I'm like, nah, I'm fine. Then we got to the venue, and like pictures were supposed to start at 2. We got there at 1:50, and we're missing 2 bolo ties. I started freaking out. Like, oh my God, Brittany's going to kill me. I'm dead. Like, I'm dead. What the fuck? What are we going to do?
Well, after hearing the backstory to the cameraman, now I know why the pictures were late. So
yeah, well,
he was busy taking modeling pictures of the bridesmaids.
No, that was the videographer. The photographer is a good guy.
Oh yeah,
that's a story for another time.
Okay, that was a different kid.
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
The photographer, fine dude. The videographer, that's another story.
Oh, okay. I
mean, I like him and all, but
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, no, but then it turned out they're like, oh no, well, like, yes, pictures are starting at 2, but we don't need the groomsmen until like 3. So I was like, whew, okay. That's when I knew we were good. But Brad did save the day, not you, other Brad.
You're welcome.
Sorry, Brad.
My you're welcome was off. So what, like, there's always something. So I'm sure you're more chill, but what was something that like Brittany was pissed about? There's always something, right? Like, was Brittany pissed about anything at the wedding?
I think I was honestly surprised. I mean, I love Brittany very much, but she was stressing leading up to the wedding.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that's every bride, but she was, every little thing was setting her off. Like, every little thing. It was, but I mean, it's fine. If she didn't stress, it wouldn't have been perfect. But I don't think there was anything that like made her mad. I think nobody threw their pedals on the like pedal toss on the way out of the ceremony.
I threw my fucking pedals.
Like like the first 3 rows, which was all family, nobody threw their pedals, and I'm like, throw your pedals, like trying to tell people.
Well, once you passed, like you didn't see it, like, and I'm sure you've seen the photographs. Like there was a shit ton of pedals.
Oh yeah, but it was like initially everybody was just, and I saw this guy Chris that I work with. He was just this big old shit grin and just clapping all hat. He was just so happy, and I was like, throw your pedals, and he like scrambled to find his, and just he like threw him right in my face. Like,
I thought those were the birds. I didn't realize.
But that was the only thing. She was like, I wish everyone had thrown her pedals. And then like throughout the day, we kept noticing things that we wanted to do that we forgot to do. Like the bride's room, the groom's room are right next to each other. And the venue has this really cool picture of someone with like them just like holding hands, but still in the room. So they don't see each other. And then all the groomsmen and the bridesmaids behind. And like, it was a cool picture. We really wanted to do that. Totally forgot. And then
videographer's like, yo, give him a hand job from the other room.
No, I don't really know. She was pretty content the whole day.
That's good.
This is the one thing I'm jealous about that you can't get away with at Jewish weddings is, you hear those dogs? Yeah. Fuck that dog. So the one thing you can't get away with at Jewish weddings that you got away with was the perfect size of the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that with Jewish weddings.
You had such a nice size wedding.
And you had enough people where, like...
It didn't seem too small.
There was how many people?
Yeah. I think it ended up being 88.
So there was enough people where, like, every single person was on the dance floor. Mm-hmm. And no one was, like... Because if you weren't, you were the only one out there, not on the dance floor. And normally, there's so many people where, like... If you're not on the dance floor, there's a bunch of other people not on the dance floor. So, but at Jewish weddings, good luck getting away with, like, less than 300 people.
Yeah, no, I mean, we invited almost 160.
Oh.
We had, and we had, because her family is gigantic, but because we didn't do it in Texas, like a lot of people just couldn't travel, or, I mean, a lot of that 160 is like little kids too, which they're like some, like her cousin has like 6 kids and he just came by himself. So it's like,
nice.
With his wife and the kids, that takes care of 7 people. Like it's, stuff like that. So but yeah, if it would have been in Texas, we probably would have had 200 people.
Also, little kids fucking ruin weddings.
Yeah, no, I think what made ours so fun is the majority of people that were there were like friends
Yeah.
Yeah.
and like younger family. Like not a lot of grandparents came, like a lot of, and like our family that did come all had a good time. Like I think it was good. Like
Yeah, and
I
like-
really enjoyed it.
And like our friends behaved, like Mark behaved. Mostly.
Except for when he grabbed the mic during Don't Stop Believing.
Oh my God, that was
but
so
we
funny.
told him before, me and Mike and like Patrick and everyone were like hit drinks out of his hand. We're like, not until after the wedding.
Like
You're not allowed to drink till after the wedding.
Yeah, he got there. He was like kind of late to getting ready, and like he like walked in and like didn't even hang up his suit. He just dropped everything and like grabbed a Coors Light. I was just like, I wouldn't expect anything less smart. But no, he was slamming beers.
It was really funny watching the girl. Amanda and Melvin's girlfriend were basically tied to the hip the whole night.
I love Macy.
Amazing.
she's
And then
great.
She's
and then
great.
they were joined by Ben's
Yeah,
wife.
didn't I call that? I think I said that at one point because we were talking about
I
Melvin.
think you did. You're like
and his
Amanda
girlfriend.
and
I was
Melvin's.
like, you guys are very similar.
Because we both have these ridiculous boyfriends and
Yeah.
we're just like rolling our eyes constantly. Yeah.
Amanda was like,
Macy's great.
yeah, and
Melvin
then
was oddly calm too.
well, it's because Melvin has always been like that. Like Melvin is always very when we're just with him, he's very Melvin. But when he's in like a situation where he needs to behave, he's very
He still had fun. It was I think the funniest part of the day. Again, like right when we got to the groom's room, because I like told the guy, they gave me all the guidelines for everything, and they were like, no outside alcohol. Like whatever you bring, you have to give it to the bartender. Don't
that was
try
the one
and-
thing.
Please don't try and sneak anything. Like just give it to the bartender. Let us give it to you because they can lose their liquor license.
Yeah.
Like we don't care. You can bring whatever you want. Just let us give it to you. As soon as we get in the groom's room, all the guys like open up their suit and they have
Yeah,
like 6
they
beers.
just pulled out, and then they ran out of White Claws. And then I've actually never seen anyone drink a White Claw slower than Mike. He was like
Mike-
sitting there
Mike
with his
drinks-
legs crossed, and he was like,
Mike sips everything like it's a fine
"I'm enjoying
wine.
this. It is very good."
You should see him smoke a cigar. He like takes it down to where it's burning his fingers. But yeah, Mike likes to savor. But no,
That's funny.
it was fine. I did introduce everyone to the claws, and they were quite happy.
Yeah, it was fine. It was really good to see everyone. It was good to see Mike. Mike looked like he's just been working his ass off. I
That's what
mean,
he does.
yeah, Mike looks like he just works so hard.
He missed. What did he send me? He told me like he had to find coverage for 17 events the weekend of my wedding.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
he's I don't want to say worn down, but he works his fucking ass off. And then Patrick looks like he ate another Patrick.
I told you he's freaking jacked, man.
Ben was so uncomfortable around Patrick
Really?
because Ben's always been like
The jacked
the
one.
jacked one, and then Patrick shows
Freaking
up.
jacked, man.
But the funny thing about Patrick is, and Patrick and I that weekend probably talked for a total of like 6 or 7 hours. Like we had a lot of chats, and like Patrick has not changed at all in terms of like Patrick.
Yeah.
Like he's married now, and he's got a wife who's a fucking firecracker. She ain't take shit
Heather?
from anyone.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Sorry.
She's definitely wears the pants, for sure.
I wouldn't say that. I think they both have a leg in the pants. But
No,
she,
but
Like every
like-
good marriage should.
she's just
But she's fiery.
she comes from a like good Texas home.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they are like built on like
Yeah.
Jesus and football. Like they are.
Oh, is she just as religious as Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
I love Heather to death.
Yeah, she
she's
was
great.
awesome.
Her family is great. Like they're everybody. It's really funny you say that. Everybody was just like Patrick's wife. I'm like, yeah, she's great.
Yeah, she's really cool. And like I was talking to her for a while. She was awesome. And let's see who else. Oh, I got to actually talk to Ben's wife a little bit.
Catherine.
And I hadn't really had much interaction with Catherine, before, but I did at our table. And she's fucking hilarious.
yeah.
Like she's very subdued.
Yeah.
Until you get to know her, and then I'm like, oh, that's why you married Ben, because you guys have the same. Like
They're very similar.
they're
yeah.
very similar.
Yeah.
She's just more reserved than Ben.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was fucking awesome. We talked about the one that we're not going to talk about on the podcast, but we talked about the only thing we saw at the wedding. Otherwise,
Yeah.
but yeah, I can't think of. So you went to the casino afterwards. I couldn't go because I had to be at the airport at 4 a.m. For work. But you and besides the thing besides what we talked about, was there any other drama at the casino, or did shit go down?
No, I mean it was really funny. I wasn't expecting very many people to come to the casino. And there were a ton of people that showed up.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah. Like even like my mom. Like I turned around and my mom like had a drink in her hand and a bunch of money, and she was all excited. And I'm just like, Mom? Like, I was not expecting to see my mom at the casino. But my brother-in-law was playing roulette, and he had to pee, and he like called my mom over and like, just keep playing, just don't lose all my money. And he put $20 in and got it up to like 170. And it was like, just keep playing, do whatever. And he went to pee. And my mom didn't know what she was doing. He came back to $14. She didn't even know. So that's like been the running joke in the family. That, no, don't let her play roulette for you.
Oh,
But no, honestly, like during the wedding and all that, like we were just like, so go. Like there were people I saw at the end of the night that I didn't even know were there. Like Tim, I didn't even know Tim was there until right before we left. Like it was crazy. Like I had 2 friends come in from Texas and I saw them for, like 30 seconds. And I like, it's crazy because everybody told me like leading up, like it's going to go by so fast and, make sure you see everyone and do all this. I'm like, our wedding's going to be different. Like, no, it flew by.
Oh yeah.
And like, yeah, my buddy Jeff, and he's one of my only friends from Texas that actually came, but they like made a trip out of it. Like they took like a long weekend and went up to Sedona, stayed in Sedona, went to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, nice.
They stayed in Scottsdale. They want to move here.
Is that the Jeff?
Nice.
Is that neck tattoo Jeff? No.
That's funny. No, yeah. So they had just gotten married, so they totally understood. They had a good time. Like they had a lot of fun, but I was just like, I felt bad. I didn't really spend time.
No,
with them,
and that was my brother's wedding too. Like I was the best man, and even I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my brother and stuff because it's just so fucking crazy.
It's just everyone's pulling you in 15 different directions, but I think it went well. We tried to do our best, like make it our own and make it what we wanted, and I think it was good. Ceremony was good. I got Everlong on the intro to the ceremony, which was awesome. That was the only thing I really had to like fight for. I don't know if you noticed that, but yeah.
Well, and the food was good, and like the bartenders were super nice and chill. Mm-hmm. I like he did the his and hers thing that we talked about on the podcast.
Drinks, yeah.
We talked about that on the podcast at another wedding, and I hadn't seen that before.
I like that.
And that's a great idea because 1, you save on cost, but 2, people don't complain about it because it is what it fucking is.
Yeah.
And you had great, Jack and Coke and
Jameson and ginger, sir.
Oh, Jameson and ginger, but you had the
then the pink lemonade.
The
margarita.
pink lemonade
the pink
margarita.
lemonade
It's
delicious.
it's pre-made Jose Cuervo.
Yeah.
Pink lemonade ready to go in a bottle. They're $10 a bottle.
Yep.
It's super
and
good.
the bitches loved it.
It's really funny.
That's all you drank the whole
We
night.
bought,
So.
we bought like 10 bottles and there were 3 left over.
I only had 1 drink the whole night.
But that was what you drank.
I got a little silly. So there's some drama if you want some drama. All the liquor that the groomsmen brought, because I like told them, like Buzzy and Chris were like didn't want beer or Jameson, so like Buzzy bought some Tito's. I don't know what Chris had, but I told him, I was like, you just got to give it to the bartender and like do whatever. And they're like, okay. So I took it to the bartender. I was like, hey, this is just for the groomsmen. And the reason we were doing that is like my dad gets a little silly if he gets vodka. Which that's a whole nother story too. Well, I'll get to that. But I'm like, this is just for the groomsmen. Like, don't let anyone else have this. Hide this. This is just for the groomsmen. He's like, oh yeah, I got you. I was like looking around throughout the night and I noticed so many people with like a clear drink with a lime in it. And I was like, that's fucking Tito's and soda. Like people are like, he's giving everyone Buzzy's Tito's. And I look over and my dad's just sloshed. I'm like, what's going on, Dad? He's like, they got Tito's at the bar. And I'm like,
Oh no.
So that was one thing, like Buzzy was kind of upset because he didn't
no.
get like hardly any of it and the bartender just gave it away. But yeah, my dad told one of the bridesmaids, like he like went up and introduced himself and he was like, what's your name? And she was like, my name's this. I don't want to say who it is, but and he was like, oh, well, I'm Zach's dad, but you can call me Daddy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that.
No.
That's my dad.
That's so funny.
So that was a thing, but no, we had a good time.
Who was my part? Kate was my partner.
Yeah.
Kate was pretty cool.
Kate's awesome.
How do you know her?
She's one of Brittany's best friends. Like she was Brittany's boss. She's like her manager, her job in college, and then they just became friends.
So she was a dancer for an NBA team, right?
She was? I don't know.
Yeah. So we get there, I get there, and she goes, "Hey, what are we doing for our like intro?" And I was like, "Fuck, I don't know." And everyone was like trying to one up each other and shit. And Melvin was like, "I'm gonna do a backflip," and I go, "Melvin, that's a terrible idea. If you hit your head, you're gonna ruin the whole wedding." Mm-hmm. But he did a safe backflip. I thought he was gonna jump off her knee and do a backflip, but
no, I was super impressed. I told everyone on Friday that we expected big things to plan a good entrance, and everyone did pretty good.
Yeah, so Katie was like, you're gonna spin around, I'm gonna take off your jacket, you're gonna spin back into it. I go, Kate, that's impossible. And she goes, no, it is possible. Anything is possible. Let's do it. I go, okay, you're drunk, but let's do it.
She's cool. Yeah, that was a good one. I got a good video of all of them. They were
They were pretty funny.
it was funny because the guy opening the door, I mean, he was the bartender, but he's also the owner's son, like the owner of the venue, their son. Like they were there for the ceremony and everything, and once dinner started, they left. But every time like Nikki and Chris, like Nikki pulled a flask out of her boot. He was like, "Oh God!" and then Patrick and Lauren shotgun Bud Lights and spilled beer everywhere. And he was like, "Oh, thank God my parents are gone." He was like, "That's awesome," but they would be flipping their shit right now.
Initially, what Kate and I were gonna do is I was like, we could bring Amanda in on this, and I'll have you go into your dressing room, and I'll go into mine, and let's switch clothes.
Oh my God!
So I'm wearing your dress, and she was like, that's fucking amazing. She goes, I don't know if they'll let us do that. So we were, for a second, I was like, we need to have like my girlfriend come do it because of, my girlfriend might be mad if we switch clothes. And then she's like, why are you switching clothes? But I was like, that would have been fucking hilarious. But we didn't do it.
Your boobs wouldn't have fit in that dress.
My boobs would not have fit. But it would have been, she had tickle bitties, so it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But
that would have been good.
That would have been good.
No, they were all good. I was impressed.
Yeah, it was a fun night, and then like I liked how we did the cigars at the end of the night, and then the so you didn't see it because you got the sparklers. So for those of you who don't know, I think I talked about it in the last podcast, but when Zach left at the end of the night with Brittany, we did this sparkler bridge. So they walked underneath it, and of course, short people like Melvin almost lit Zach on fire. But
Melvin hit me in the face with it.
Yeah.
I swear I got hit in the face with one.
So after you turned around, people were pretending to cast Harry Potter spells and shit. Like me and Kim were casting Harry Potter spells at each other and shit. We're so fucking immature. Yeah.
How about that car though?
Dude,
that was cool.
What was it? 1950?
It was a 52 Chevy Bel Air.
52 Chevy Bel Air. You pulled up into the casino in that?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
No, I was like, ooh, we're going to get so much attention and all this free stuff. Nobody cared. Nobody even looked. You know what's funny? So the casino.
Did you stay at the casino that night?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We, we had a room. So we were like, oh, we're going to be, she's going to be in her dress. I'll be in my suit. They're going to upgrade us, all this stuff.
Like the movies.
And we're like, yeah, this is going to be awesome. We walk in. It's their Halloween party. So everybody was in a costume. And everybody kept coming up to us like, is this real? Or are you guys just dressed up for Halloween?
Oh, no.
And Brittany's like, it's real, damn it. She was so
She was in her
upset.
wedding dress still?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, wow.
And we saw so many zombie brides, and she was like, I'm a real bride. God damn it. She was so mad. And then we get there, and I'm like, I go up to the front desk, check in. I'm like, any room upgrades available? And she was like, nope, sold out. She's like, here's your room on the first floor. It was just
So you're going to bed. You can just hear ching.
no, it was. Fortunately, the hotel's far.
Yeah, the hotel is great.
But yeah, it was just funny. The room was still nice. It was.
Yeah.
But we were just laughing about it. We thought we were gonna get all this. We didn't even think that the wedding was close to Halloween until one person told us oh, I got to cancel my Halloween party to come to your wedding, and I'm just like,
oh, sorry.
shit, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sad I couldn't come to the casino.
Dude,
because
you didn't miss anything.
Well,
we were so tired
I
by the time we
bet.
got there.
well, I would have stopped the thing happening from before that we talked about, but also
Nothing happened.
one of the good things is I've had to take a little break from the casino because all of the blackjack dealers know my name.
Ooh,
No, in a good way. I did get caught counting one time. Only once, but
did you really?
Yeah, the dealer caught me doing a deviation on S17, and he goes, "Was that a deviation?" And I went, "No," and he goes, "Don't do it again."
What were you doing?
I did a deviation on a count.
What's a deviation?
Depending on what the count is,
Yeah, I
you
don't
change
know
your basic strategy to reflect the count. So I changed, and he caught me, but he goes, "I'm not going to tell you. Just don't do it because it's obvious." And I went, "Okay." And but they started to recognize my face because I was
Because
going.
you went there so often.
Well, you were gone for a month, so I'd go 3 times a week, and I was
Ooh.
up
3 times a
Oh,
week? You didn't tell me
Thanks for the
that.
phone call. I would have been there.
I made out pretty fucking well. But I think I'm going to start
Should've
playing.
told me.
I think I'm going to start practicing and playing in their poker tournaments.
Yeah, I don't do poker, so.
Well,
But it's probably a good thing you didn't come because the dealers were really good at blackjack the night after the night of the wedding.
the whole deck was rigged.
Oh, dude, no joke. So, like a full table. It was funny because it was so busy, and we were like with a big group. And we're like, "There's no way we're gonna get a full table. Like, this is gonna suck." Like that stupid Halloween party. It was packed. The casino's so packed, and we were like, "Well, let's just check it out." So it was like me, Brittany, and 3 of our friends. We just like walked up. Right as we get up, this whole table left. So we're like, "Oh fuck yeah!" So we all sat down, and it was a $10 table on a Saturday night at Talking Stick. I was like, "How is this possible?" So,
Oh, they lowered all their tables
well, yeah.
to 10 from 15 at night.
But yeah, we.
Or from 15 to 10, sorry.
Yeah, and we were just like, "Oh, sweet!" Like Brittany and I, like each took $100, and it was gone in 10 minutes. Like it was, I swear, I don't think the dealer got less than 20 or 21 the whole time I was sitting there, and he didn't, and he busted once, and it was like, it was just insane. Like there was one hand that the entire table had 19 or 20, maybe an 18, and the dealer showing like a 3. And we're like, "Fuck yeah! All right, now we finally got this." And he got like a 7-card 21. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like,
So I won't play full tables.
So mad.
So I've been going to single. So what I learned is I make the most money when I'm the only person on the table.
Yeah, and that's true because nobody can.
And I play fast as
Nobody
fuck.
can fuck it up for you.
Yeah, and I went up like I remember I went one night. I went early, like at 6:30, and when no one's there, and I just played against this guy, and we did like a fuck ton of hands, like really quick. And within 15 minutes, I was up like $400, and I was like, "Thank you, goodbye."
See, I do that in Vegas if I'm out like at like 4 in the morning. Once things are like dying down, I'll go sit. I'll play like 3 hands. Like, at
Yeah,
one table.
yeah.
But yeah.
Talking Stick won't let you play more than one hand unless you double all of your hands.
Really?
So at a $15 table, you can't play 2 hands unless you play 30 on each hand.
That's dumb.
I know. That's why I don't play 2 hands.
Well,
Anyway, so the honeymoon. Tell me about some good
Oh,
stories
yeah,
from the
let's say-
honeymoon.
all right,
There's
yeah.
got to be some. I mean, you didn't just sit around on the beach and jerk off all the time. Like, you had some fun.
no, I just got married.
So you're jerking off more? I'm just kidding. Sex.
No, the honeymoon was good. We went to Newport Beach.
Nice.
It was beautiful.
What fun
I
stuff
really
did you
liked
do?
it. We went to Disney.
Woo.
Disneyland?
Disneyland.
Did you do both
No,
parks?
we stayed in Newport Beach and flew to Florida and went to Disney World and then went back to Newport Beach.
That's very dumb. Why
Yes,
didn't you just stay in
Disneyland.
Florida?
We went to Disneyland. Yeah, we did both parks. We
Nice.
did both parks one day. I was cooked.
It's fucking hard. It takes a lot out of
Yeah,
you.
it was. I realized that as an adult, I'm good for Disney once a decade.
Yeah.
Like,
Actually, I like it like once a year, once every 2 years.
When I lived in Southern California, I had the SoCal resident pass, so I went like every week.
maybe. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just have a bad. I shouldn't say
It's
bad.
because
It's because
if
I did.
you go
everything
in
at once.
one day and you do it all, it burns you
Well,
out.
we were literally there from like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Yeah.
So
that'll
because
burn
I
you.
had a pass, I would be like, I will be back later. Like
Yeah.
I can just do my
No,
favorites
I
and
know.
then leave.
And it was
you know?
it was great. It was fun.
Yeah.
Another like shitty thing. Like I just hate Halloween, and it was like all the Halloween stuff. Like that's all it really was.
But the Haunted Mansion is so fun.
Yeah, the line was too long.
Did you know haunted?
That's one of the only things we didn't do.
So one of my
Yeah.
one of my exes, not the one you know, but she worked at Disneyland, and she talked about how Haunted Mansion, that ride, there's night vision cameras in there, and they can see you, and the shit they see people do. They see
People have sex on
people
those
have
fucking
sex
chairs.
in those things, get blowjobs, all of that, and they can see all of it. They're
Why?
night vision cameras because they think it's dark
Why?
and no one can see.
Well, I mean, it's you still see the chairs in
There's
front
probably
of
a
you.
child next to you. Like you're at fucking Disneyland. Like
I'm not the one doing it.
Come
Don't
on,
talk about
Brad.
me.
no.
I just jerk off in it.
But no, it was good. So they had the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oh,
for
from
Halloween.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
But that was
Oogie
at
Boogie.
California Adventure.
Oh,
California Adventure closed at 6. So we were like all geeked up and excited. So we went to Disney first and like took all our cute pictures in front of all the stuff and everything we wanted to do. And then we were like, oh shit, it's like 2:00. We should probably go to California Adventure. So we went, did everything, because I had never been to California Adventure before.
It's fun.
It was cool.
I don't get why it
3D
closes earlier though, because it's the adult park.
Well,
But it
no,
clo-
because of the Halloween thing.
Oh.
It
It
doesn't
closed
usually.
at 6. No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
usually open at the same time. But
Yeah.
because of the Halloween thing, they closed, kicked everyone out, and then you had to have a separate ticket to go back in. So, and I did not care about the Halloween thing. So
No.
we went and just did everything at California Adventure and then went back over to Disneyland. But like that 3D Toy Story game ride at
I
California
haven't
Adventure.
done that one.
Oh, it's really cool.
That's new.
And they rebranded the. I don't know. I'd never been, but somebody told me they rebranded the roller coaster is the Incredibles now.
Oh yeah, the Scream is now the Incredibles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go
Incredicoaster.
soon because I haven't been in the new Star Wars land. I want to build the lightsaber.
yeah.
So that's what I was getting to. So
Did you build a lightsaber?
Well, we went to Star Wars Land. We were in Star Wars, like the Star Wars area, when we figured out we should probably go to California Adventure.
Yeah.
So we like cruised around and like got a selfie with a stormtrooper, and
Nice.
it was really cool. They were like yelling at people, and
Yeah.
there were
They,
some people
totally
that
acted
came
out.
up for selfies, and they like told them to fuck off. And like I asked, and I was like, "We're on our honeymoon." He like looked at me, had matching shirts, so he was like, "Make it quick." Like he,
Yeah, if you're dressed as a
Stay
Jedi,
in
apparently if you're
character.
like dressed as like a Jedi or like a,
Yeah.
and you walk and the stormtroopers walk around and you're in line, they can like pull you out of line and stuff. And,
That's
be like,
awesome.
no, they walk around and they'll go up to like little kids and like ask for ID.
and trip them. Yeah.
They'll say that they're working for the rebellion and like all this stuff. Like it was cool. So
It's
like
a little Nazi
we
Germany,
just kind
but
of
yeah.
like got around it a little bit, and then we're like, ooh, we need to go to California Adventure. And then we came back, and then we were like, all right, I want to go to Star Wars. Like I want to see all the Star Wars stuff. And I was like, oh, Indiana Jones has a short fast pass, and oh, well, we should just hit Big Thunder Mountain because we're right here. And then oh, well, let's do this. And then oh, we're kind of hungry, so let's get some food. And then like it was super late, and I was just over it.
Oh,
Thunder
no.
Mountain's the water ride, right?
No, that's Splash Mountain.
Splash
No,
Mountain.
no, no,
Thunder
no, no.
Mountain is so fun.
No. The one in California Adventure, the water ride.
Well, that's called like Grizzly.
That's the
Falls
only
or
one that's
something.
been closed every single time I've ever gone.
See, now for me is the Matterhorn. I've never been able to do the Matterhorn.
They redid it and it's fucking
I've
better.
never been
Yeah.
able to do it. Even when I was a little kid, I swear, I've been to Disney probably 7 or 8 times now in my life, and
Matterhorn?
every time the Matterhorn's closed.
Hurts my back every time.
Well, yeah, because it's whiplash in a ride. But
Yeah,
the trick is to go to Disneyland on a weekday so that you don't have to wait in the fucking lines and
yeah,
shit.
we were there on a Tuesday, and I paid for the Max Pass thing because excuse me, sorry, White Claws.
Wait, there's a thing you can pay for that gets you in front?
Well, no, it's the Max Pass, and it gives you a thing on. You can use the Disneyland app. I'm a cell phone person, so it gives you can get fast passes from the app, so you don't have to go to the ride.
Oh,
and get
shit.
Fast pass, and then you can also get all your photos, like the pictures that they take.
Yeah.
They scan a QR code, and then the photos just go directly to your app,
Oh, nice.
and it's $15 a person.
Oh, that's super
So you don't have to
nice.
buy pictures anymore? Or
No,
anything like that?
it's they're all
Wow.
included. So like we were able to just download all the photos they took of us,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
and like the ride photos and stuff. Like you just punch in the code, and they just go right to your phone.
So something I've never done that I do want to do is a 2-day, 1 night, like staying in Disneyland
Yeah.
at that nice fucking 5-star hotel
The
they have in there.
California
The
one?
Californian.
Yeah.
yeah.
I want to stay in there, and that way, like I don't have to leave the park, and I can hit everything. And I've never stayed in the park, and
I've
that's
never
like the
stayed in the
adult.
park, eh?
That's the adult. Like the California is expensive as fuck. It's very nice,
I don't know.
but I mean, I like Disneyland. I get where you're coming from. Like I've done that before, where it's just too much.
I mean, like I couldn't imagine going there with kids.
No, fuck
Oh my
that.
God, no.
Like I see people struggling with their strollers and
It'd be
18
horrible.
fucking kids.
And then
running
there's
around.
those
also, their
boomers who are
children
like-
just don't remember it.
Yeah.
And then there's people who are like, "Oh, you shouldn't come to Disneyland if you don't have kids." I'm like, "Shut up your fucking ass."
Like it was fun. We enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun. We were just exhausted.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
The next day, that's the day that you were texting me, and I was drinking White Claws on the beach.
Yeah.
Like we just parked it. And
Nice.
that was my favorite day. And it was like, I mean, I don't know, people in California were cold or something, but I mean, it was November 1st, and there was nobody on the beach, so it was really nice.
Wow.
Well, it was also a weekday.
True.
The weekends are miserable on the beach in California.
True. Yeah, we weren't there for the weekend at all. We left Saturday. We got there Monday and left Saturday morning.
Yeah, that's perfect.
But yeah, it was super nice. Newport's great.
Mm-hmm.
We just like cruised around there, and the Airbnb we stayed in had bikes, so we just rode bikes around and
Oh, nice.
explored. And we went on this like dope sunset cruise thing,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "We don't normally see this at sunset, but if you look to the left, there's about 150 dolphins swimming by." And like they got like right up close, and all these dolphins like jumping and swimming, and then pulled right up, and all these sea lions on one of those buoy things.
Yeah.
All the sea doggos.
What a fucking life. Just sea lions. What a fucking
There
life.
was, oh my God, let me show you. There was seriously like 80 of them on this buoy thing.
Jesus.
They were just all snuggled in.
And it's funny because that next morning I was like at the airport and I was in the terminal Brittany works in, and I was like, "Oh, I've got so long to my flight. Let me go say hi to Brittany." And I was like, "No, they're just hanging
They're
out.
so
The,
cute.
the sea doggos.
Sea doggos."
But anyway,
I was like,
go ahead.
"Yeah, let me go." I was like, "Oh, I'm just sitting here." I'm like, "I'm gonna go say hi to Brittany," and then I stand up. I go, "Oh, she's on her."
She's on her honeymoon. How sad.
Does she work on?
Sorry, I'm going to show you. I know this is great for the
Ooh.
podcast. There's the dolphins.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I feel like we're on H3 podcast right now,
That,
talking about videos people can't see.
That iPhone 11 Pro though, like those.
That's a great picture.
Can you get me one for free? Thank you.
No. But yeah, I mean, we just kind of chilled in California. We didn't really go too crazy. We went down to Santa Monica one day just because Brittany wanted to see the stuff, and
Nice.
she really wanted to go to Venice. I was like, no, you don't. I was like, all right, let's do it.
It's a thing.
I mean, it was cool. It's fine, but it's just the smell. That's what gets me.
It's all just homeless people and dolphin shit. Hey, does Brittany work on Thursday?
Yes, I
All
think
right.
so.
I'll be in that terminal.
We're in Terminal 4.
Yeah.
The D gates.
Yeah, but my flight's really early. I don't know what time she starts work.
She's usually there 6 to 2. So
Oh, yeah, post here. I'll be here 6 a.m. So here's the thing. Really quick. So I want to move to phone. Did you see the new fucking Razor?
yeah,
It's going to be at Verizon. I'm so excited.
Verizon exclusive. Did you see how much it costs?
1,500.
Yeah,
That's ridiculous for a razor.
still an Android, Brad.
Yeah, dude, you're talking to someone with an iPhone right here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. $1,500 for an Android.
Apple's got to catch up, dog.
They don't need to catch up.
It's
They're
going to have
fine.
so many problems. That screen's going to fail. There's going to be so many people have issues. The hinge is going to break. It's going to be a disaster.
Yeah.
I foresee it.
I mean, I'm kind of jealous of your iPhone 11 Pro. I wish I could have an iPhone 11 Pro.
Camera's dope.
Did you get it for
And
free?
it's green. Well, I mean, I had an upgrade.
Oh,
I just upgrade every year.
every year? You can upgrade every
He's
year?
that person.
Give my phone back, and then yeah.
Wait, I've had this for a year.
Once your phone's halfway paid off, you can give it back to Verizon and get a new one. You just start a new payment plan.
You don't have to pay off the rest of the phone?
Mm-mm.
All right, I'll come to Verizon this week. I'll talk to you. I have to see how old this is, but I'll come to you.
Yeah.
I didn't
It's
know
not
that.
that
I didn't know
old.
you could upgrade
I feel
every
like
year.
You just got
It used to be
that.
called the Edge Up. That's what it is.
Yeah, but then edging became a thing. You know what edging is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
For you listeners who don't know what edging is, it's when you're just about to come and you stop.
I think everyone knows, Brad.
Okay. I want to move on to something that, unless we have other things. I mean, you don't want to
Yeah,
get too
let's
much.
stop talking about me. No, it's fine.
What, did anything else happen on your honeymoon that was like exciting or
I mean, it was very relaxing. It was perfect. It was exactly what we needed.
how's
good.
has
And the
married life
tattoos
been
were
any
cool.
different?
No, once we got back, no. We already lived together. Like, it's all pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. In my opinion, I've said this before. If the person you marry, if anything changes the day after you get married than the day before, you shouldn't have gotten married.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's cool.
Yeah,
I think the like next steps is like where we're gonna feel it more, like moving into a new house and
yeah,
all that stuff.
yeah. See, and I've never like, I don't really feel like for me it just made sense for us to move. I mean, you know,
Yeah, I don't know. We lived together for a year. So.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what scares me is people who don't live together before they get married.
Yeah,
That's
I
fucking
could
scary
never.
to me.
Yeah, I could never.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
our friends.
I technically proposed before we got married, but I knew I'd have.
Well,
some
look at
time.
Mike and Patrick. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
so, I mean, that's if you haven't had at least one pregnancy scare before you get married, you shouldn't be getting.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
But no, that's fucking awesome. So Zach, we're gonna do a test right now on the count of three. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna after I say three, we're both gonna say what we think is the most important thing for a healthy marriage for a guy to what you need to do to keep a healthy marriage.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? We're gonna say it at the same time. Ready? Do you have it in your head?
I mean, I know what I want to say. I'm just trying to figure out how to say it.
Like in 2 words or 3 words?
Wait, hold on. Say this again. With the most important thing, the
That
key
you need
to
to
a
do.
healthy marriage.
What you need to do
as a guy,
as a guy, what you need to do
Okay.
to keep a healthy marriage. So on there, I'll go 1, 2, 3,
I feel
and then
like
we're
you're
gonna
going to say something funny, and I'm going to be.
I'm not. I just
super
want to see.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Uh huh.
1, 2, 3. Eating ass.
Okay.
What did you
I
say?
said listen.
Oh,
'Cause
Zach
I've already
is
noticed.
right.
I've already noticed with Brittany. Like, there's even just little things. Well, okay. I should listen, but I still have to make sure things are clear. What's expected of me. But no, God, I knew you were doing something there.
So dumb.
So I should have said that.
you should have said eating ass.
Like my freaking sister at the wedding, like candy twice a week.
what
Did you catch that?
What did
My
Yeah.
sister's speech.
What did she
It's
say again?
cute.
No, it was awesome. Her speech was great,
Yeah.
but she was like, "Since there's children here, I'll put this in terms relative to Halloween's coming up." She's like, "Another important part of marriage is having candy." She's like, make sure that you always have candy. You always enjoy the candy. And have candy at least twice a week. like
we got it. Thanks.
Oh, that's what she was
every
talking
time, when we were on our trip, every time we passed like a candy store or something, we would take a selfie by it, send it to Nikki.
Like we're having candy.
And then in 10 years, you can do butt candy.
Oh my
God.
So dumb.
But I make you giggle, and that's all I care about. So, okay, so there's something we wanted to talk about in the podcast. We don't usually talk about this kind of shit, but I've been hearing a lot of news about it, and I just kind of wanted to hear Zach talk about it. So something's happened with Colin Kaepernick, and I have no idea what's going on. I've just been hearing
a
a
lot
lot
of
of stuff.
your football friend, huh?
Yeah. So what's going on with Colin Kaepernick,
So you know who Colin Kaepernick is, right?
the football player?
But you know, like, why he's like gets so much media attention.
No.
So he was the first player to for the kneeling during the national anthem.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So he was.
He started the whole like kneeling / sitting / not even taking part in the national anthem thing.
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember.
And it created a lot of controversy in the media, especially with the Fox News media and all that, like not just ESPN. But he also sucked at his job. Like he wasn't very good. He was already benched, and he was just a PR nightmare. So he just didn't get his contract renewed. So he's been out of the league for 3 years.
As a free agent, or just as
Nobody's I don't know how hard he was trying to get signed. I really honestly don't know. But anytime there would be a quarterback would get hurt, everyone would be like, oh, Colin Kaepernick to insert team name here. But then they would sign some scrub, and then all of the people who are on Colin Kaepernick's side,
like, why didn't you just take him? He's
you don't want to
agent.
sign Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah.
Is it because he's black? Like, that's kind of what it turned into. So it was just this whole teams were just
Also, what a white name for a black guy.
yeah, right. But people were just avoiding him because they didn't want
The drama.
just the press, just the media attention that comes with him and all that stuff. Especially in today's day and age, with it being a racial thing.
Yeah.
It was just a nightmare. So he had yesterday, he had an open tryout. The NFL put it together. All right, Colin, here's your chance. Put together an open tryout. Every team was invited.
It's like a combine for him.
It was just him, yeah. So they could send a scout, they could send whoever they want. It was just an open tryout for him. It was supposed to be held at the Falcons facility in Atlanta. And then so I think there were supposed to be 11 or 12, something like that. I think 11 teams were supposed to go. And at the last minute, I guess he had this dispute with the NFL about filming it. He wanted to film it and be able to send it to other teams. The NFL's like, no, you can't do that because this is an NFL thing. And there was also something about he had to sign this contract to I didn't read into it too much, but it had something to do with that it wasn't going to guarantee that he would get signed, and he didn't want to sign it. I didn't really read into that too much. But anyway, at the last minute, he moved it to some high school an hour away.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't. But he moved it to this high school an hour away, and only 2 teams went. So now it's a whole thing again. 2 out of the 11, the other 9 were just fuck this. We're not driving an hour. We're out of here.
And neither of the 2 teams wanted him, or?
They haven't said yet.
Oh.
But I don't know. From there were reporters there because it was open to the media, and there were reporters that said he threw well. He didn't look bad. But I don't know.
Whatever happened to those 2 football player brothers with the one hand, or just the one guy had the one hand?
Yeah,
but he ran a 4.40.
Yeah, they were twins.
Yeah,
they're both on the Seahawks.
Really?
Yeah.
And they
the one hand guy doesn't play too much.
Really?
The other one's a starter though.
The one
say the one hand guy. That's bad.
Well, I don't remember his name.
I think his name's Shaquem.
But he's
Shaquem Griffin. Yeah, he's a beast. His brother's Shaquille Griffin, and he's a regular starter. He's good.
That's cool. I understand why they don't want to play one-hand guy.
Did you ever
too
see the
much.
video from Madden of him catching an interception?
Yes.
With his
one hand.
Well,
and,
no, it was Madden. It was the video game. But then it was his arm that doesn't have the hand.
It caught
the ball
in midair.
It's where the hand's supposed to be.
Oh my God.
They couldn't make it in the video game. All right, this guy doesn't have a hand. They couldn't.
We're not making fun of him, by the way, because
I'm not making fun of him.
He's an amazing. He's a beast. If you want to see,
really funny,
go to YouTube and type in one-handed football player 40-yard.
Shaquem Griffin.
Shaquem Griffin 40-yard 40-yard.
Or one-handed football.
He ran a 4.34 or something like that.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
he's good. No, yeah,
he's absolutely incredible.
Speaking of the NFL, I know this isn't a sports podcast by any means, but did you see what Myles Garrett, my boy, For those who don't know, Zach's a Browns fan, but
Zach, I don't even know who Myles Garrett is. It sounds like a country singer, but keep going.
it does sound like a country singer.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Myles Garrett, and this is called Trucks and Stuff.
He's from Texas, but no, Myles
My
Garrett.
16-year-old girlfriend was... Sorry, keep going.
Myles Garrett is like 6'5", like 240, and can run like a 4.3 40,
Jesus.
and has like a 80-inch vertical. Not really 80 inches, but like he's
He's a beast.
an athletic freak. But he's also in his free time likes to write poetry.
That's cute.
And
Oh.
his major at Texas A&M was, I don't know if it was his major, but he studied paleontology. And like he's this like gentle giant. He'll post on Twitter like, "Hey, people in Cleveland, head to this dog park. Let's meet up." And he like has this little puppy and like goes and like
That's cute.
he like regularly talks to fans about Dragon Ball Z. Like he's kind of a nerd, but he's this freak. So
What a cool guy.
He's never had any issues in the NFL. He never had any of this. So on Thursday night, the Browns played the Steelers. Heated, huge rivalry game. The Browns are kind of struggling this year. Steelers are on fire. Browns whooped them. Like handled them. Huge game. 8 seconds to go in the game. He tackles the Steelers quarterback late. Quarterback's like ripping on his head, his helmet, and like grabbing him by the throat.
Oh God.
Who knows what's said on the ground? Is this tiny little dude, Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett grabs him by the face mask, picks him up, rips off his helmet,
Oh my God.
holding his helmet, and his teammates are like pushing him away. The quarterback, and the quarterback's still jawing at him, still running out. He takes the helmet, bashed him over the head with it.
Holy shit.
Oh my God.
And so he's obviously suspended.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
8 seconds left in the game. I'm at the bar, just like, woo, Browns won, like celebrating, and then all that went down. It felt like they lost.
He's probably like, your poetry shit, and he just lost it.
He was like the number 1 pick. He's like the best
no.
best defender.
Oh my God.
Best defender they have. Do you want me to find video?
Yes,
I know it's
absolutely.
Not great for the podcast,
Yes.
but
It's fine, because my reaction is, that sounds like some shit you see in a movie, dog. He took his helmet off and hit him across the face with it.
He smashed him over the top of the head.
Oh, over the top of the head.
So yeah,
my
Miles.
So how fucked is he?
He's suspended indefinitely. A minimum of Spectrum Mobile. Sorry, not a sponsor. He's suspended indefinitely, minimum of this season, including the playoffs. And let me see here. Let me get to the good stuff.
We're getting interference from the phone. I love it.
Are we really?
Yeah, that's
Should I
fine.
go over here? All right. So here's
Okay.
they're over here.
So we're looking at is they're on the ground.
I'm sure they'll play the whole thing. But see, he's like grabbing his head and shit.
Yeah.
So he just picks him up right here. He rips his helmet on. He's got like 3 guys on him. And then
Smash.
Jesus.
With his own helmet.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
But he was going after him.
Mm-hmm.
So why aren't they both suspended?
So I think it's all about like not who started it. So then this guy runs up behind him and pushes him. Sorry, I went a little too far. He got suspended too. It was a whole thing. Again, 8
my
seconds to go in
goodness.
the game. I was so mad.
My God. But they still won.
It's crazy. Like I've never seen. I mean, I know you guys don't care about football too much. Like, bitch. That's what he said.
Bitch.
It was a whole thing. But
Wow.
like, I know you guys don't care about football too much, but that's like
No, but that's really cool. I mean, not cool, but
craziest
yeah.
thing I've ever seen on the NFL field.
Was
It's
everyone
the longest suspension for a single on-field incident in NFL history.
and how many
Oh,
games
wow.
again?
A minimum
indefinite.
of 6.
Jesus.
It could go into next
It's
season.
like fucking half a season right there. 6.
It
So
could.
it's the whole season.
No,
The
a whole
rest of
season's-
this season.
The rest
The
of
whole
this season's
16
6.
games.
Yeah.
But they're 10 games in. But so he will. Yeah, and it could go into next season. Who knows? But yeah.
So if he's on suspension, no pay, or
yeah, no pay.
That sucks.
It's going to cost him a lot of money.
Damn.
Yep.
dude, he
Crazy,
must have
right?
said. I want to know what he said.
That's
to
what
him.
I'm saying. Like, especially for a guy like that, like Myles Garrett's intense and like he goes hard on the field, but he's never like he had one incident this year that like a guy was all in his face and he punched him, but he punched him with a helmet on. Like that's not. I don't know. That's not like punching someone in a bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he just like whatever. But yeah, like for being like Mr. Poetry softy, like he just went bananas. Like I don't. He had to. The quarterback had to have said something.
Oh yeah,
Like it can't just be like the helmet grabbing that set him off. And like I'm in no way condoning it.
he
Like,
probably was like, "I have a haiku for you," and then said something, and then Miles was like, "That's not a haiku," and then like hit him
Yeah,
across
exactly.
the fucking head. Yeah,
Yeah,
too many syllables, and then
definitely. Yeah,
haiku's 575, right?
yeah, or 353.
yeah.
Wow. Thanks. That's fucking crazy. That's some rugby shit.
I knew you'd like that.
Oh, I love violence.
Ripped off his own helmet and smashed him over the head with it.
That shit you only see in fucking like movies or TV shows.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, we're 50 minutes.
Yeah, we are.
Fuck yeah.
Do we have anything else to talk about? Sorry, the majority of that. Oh my god, how did I not bring this up yet? Did you guys see the preview picture for The Bachelor?
No. But did you also hear while shooting it, he had to get stitches?
Ooh, I didn't
Peter?
see that.
Yeah, he fell off a golf cart drunk and cut his head open.
That's hilarious.
Let me.
Oh, and also we didn't talk about, guys, if you are, just really quick while Zach's looking this up, if you are not watching Disney Plus right now, holy shit.
Yeah, they're going to talk about that too.
And The
Man, we're a mess.
Mandalorian is, I can't ruin anything, but The Mandalorian is the new Star Wars show, and it answers a question it's going to answer a question that we've all had for a while.
Hasn't answered it, and I doubt it will.
And
but okay.
the end of the episode, Zach, are you a Star Wars fan or have you seen the?
Yes.
At the end of the first,
I'm not okay.
not like huge.
I appreciate the Star Wars, but if you're just like, well, did you know that so and so said so and so, and then this goes back to I won't.
That's Amanda.
That is me, yes.
For me, if as long as you've seen Star Wars episodes, the end of the first episode of The Mandalorian, you're going to go, oh fuck, and then
I need to watch it. I want to watch it.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but the High School Musical show,
Brad loves it.
it's called High School Musical, the musical, the show,
the series.
the
but
series.
It's so dumb.
And no, wait. We thought it was, at first we were like, this is going to be dumb. So we looked it up and we thought it was High School
clever.
Musical. It's fucking hilarious. It's about the group of kids who go to the same high school, but
No. They go to the high school where High School Musical was
shot.
filmed. So
it takes place in our universe. So they're like they're doing a play about Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron
Yeah.
doing the.
That's why it's the musical.
Yeah.
too,
yeah.
So, quick side note.
Okay, yeah.
So, Disney Plus, awesome. If you have Verizon Unlimited, you get it
Yeah,
for free for
if
a
you have
year.
Verizon Limited, it's free for a year.
But Mike and Patrick are stealing mine because they're on my plan, so whatever. But I set it up. So
Yeah, these assholes pay Zach $25 a month for service.
Damn.
I know.
it's not 25, but actually, their service is only $25. They both have phones though. But once their phones are paid off, $25.
Damn.
That's all it costs. I get half off. But I set up their profiles, and you'll appreciate. I made Patrick Zac Efron.
You set up their profiles and you made Patrick, Zac Efron.
Mike's Pocahontas. 'Cause
Oh my god,
that's an inside joke, but that's funny.
I love that so much. What were you gonna say? You're like, how did we not bring this up?
The Bachelor.
Oh, The Bachelor.
Disney Plus is awesome though. I'm a big fan. We watched all the Pixar. First thing I watched when I downloaded it was a Goofy movie.
Oh my god, yes.
I love a Goofy movie, and it still holds up. I was cracking up.
Did you see the warning
A
on
pile of broken wood. It's so.
Did you see the warning on some of the Disney movies on there?
No.
Oh, it says on some of them, warning: this movie may have outdated cultural references.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
because some of those movies have some
Yeah.
fucked up shit.
Yeah.
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 I know. Well, I went to watch The Mighty Ducks last night. I just really want.
So good.
And then it's this is coming soon. Due to rights with another streaming service, this will not be available until January 1st, 2021, or whatever it is, because it's on HBO.
Watch,
But I have HBO, so I went and watched it anyway.
so for the Christmas movie, watch Noelle with Anna Kendrick.
It was good.
It was good, and it takes place in Phoenix.
Yeah. They come to Phoenix.
They come to Desert Ridge Marketplace. The whole movie takes place at Desert Ridge, and it's fucking hilarious.
What? Of all places.
I know, it's fucking weird, but it's really funny. Bill Hader's in it, and he's hilarious.
I'm loving the Disney Plus. I didn't think I would like it, but
No.
last night I was like, up, Monsters University. No, Monster. We're gonna talk about Disney Plus. We're not ending the podcast anytime soon. Have you seen Monsters University?
Yeah, of course.
It's
I have not actually.
so funny. Just the little subtle references.
I haven't seen it since it came out, so I haven't seen it in
Have
7
you seen
years.
Monsters Inc., right?
Yeah,
of
of course.
Okay, so the whole premise of Monsters University is them in college learning to become scarers.
Yeah.
So, but his first day, he's walking around. It's regular college campus, in the quad, all the clubs trying to recruit you. Mm-hmm. This is just a side. It's so funny. There's a guy that's they're oh, come to astronomy club, or you'll always be in the stars, or whatever. And goes to the guy and he's come join the improv club where you can always and he gets it's improv and he can't improv.
He can't improv.
It's so funny.
It had a lot more adult humor than
It's hilarious. I was dying. Brittany had never seen it and she loved it. But anyway, all right. So
Okay.
The Bachelor. I know you're on the edge of your seat.
So much to watch tonight.
So we were like, oh god, Peter the pilot. They're gonna make so many jokes and so many references to him being a pilot. The teaser, The Bachelor. Expect turbulence.
Oh my God. So Peter is standing in an airplane aisle holding a rose and
In
it
his
says-
pilot suit.
In its pilot suit saying expect turbulence.
Expect turbulence.
That's better than the last pilot they had as The Bachelor, who they played that theme song on the Wings of Love.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit better.
She also sent me this. Just saw it randomly on the. Sorry.
Oh. So I think so yeah, he was on a date. So two things happened to Peter so far. I've been keeping up, unfortunately. So two things happened. One, they were supposed to have this awesome group date with everyone. And remember in the last season where they did that whole thing where they where JPJ got in like the bathing suit and like walked down and all that.
Oh yeah.
It was one of those, but each girl was supposed to give her like most embarrassing sex story.
Ooh.
And Peter apparently that day got the flu or something and was like out both ends, just like fucked up and didn't show up. And he was like, I think he went to the hospital. And then another group date, he was in a golf cart and I guess he fell asleep or something drunk and he fell out, hit his head on the ground and needed stitches across his face. Yeah, Peter goes hard, dude.
Oh, I can't wait.
And you know,
gonna be great.
I'm going to bet this right now. The fucking Instagram picture that comes out after the first episode is going to be him sitting in a plane and all the girls sitting on the wings.
Probably.
I doubt it.
I mean, that's kind of tough to pull off, but yeah. It's going to be something. Maybe
And
a
then-
little plane.
Each time a girl gets kicked off, he pushes her off the wing and she falls 10,000 feet to the ground
The whole show takes place
in the air. That'd be really cool, actually. It's like, and you have to, so like at the last rose ceremony, it's like, I'm not going to tell you which person gets the rose. One of you has a parachute loaded and one of you doesn't.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
That's not a bad idea.
I know. High stakes bachelor.
High stakes bachelor. There's a sketch idea.
High stakes bachelor. Dude, I'm telling you, we have some. I don't know why we don't have our own Saturday Night Live like YouTube channel. We have so many good
That'd be a good
ideas. Amanda, you know,
So
girls
many
will
good.
never agree with us.
Well, there's a video you need to see. It's the same dude that did the White Claw video. I don't remember his name. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, Turtle. Yeah, he's yeah, okay. I know who he is
He
though.
has a video about the new AirPods.
Yeah, so he made him about the original ones, wears AirPods once. Yeah.
Yeah.
What? I can't hear you.
The one with so I got the new AirPods.
Did you?
I was like, yeah. But
Are they
it's-
good?
Oh, they're amazing. But yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that.
I wish Apple would do what they do with laptops where I bought the AirPods 2 like 7 months ago. I wish I could just take them back for like a credit and get the new AirPods because I want the new AirPods because I travel a lot on planes, which would be nice.
The noise canceling is legit.
I know, but I don't want to have AirPods 2 and AirPods Pro.
Yeah. Well,
You know,
gotta make a decision.
Yeah.
First world problems, right?
oh, I've been upgrading my truck, so
Yeah.
I just spent $200 on floor mats.
Oh
So.
my God.
Oh my god.
Stupid.
Yeah,
WeatherTech
just
floor
buy
mats.
the AirPods. You can afford them.
I know, but having 2 of them feels
So
wrong.
throw the other ones away. Go shoot them with your gun or something.
Go give them
Whoa.
to somebody.
Give him to a homeless guy, and he's like, I don't have a
yeah,
phone.
give
And you're
him
like,
away.
fuck you. Sorry, that was a fucked up joke.
That was, yes. Oh my God.
I wanted to, let me see if this is good enough for this episode. So, Amanda and I,
good enough.
is it good enough? Well, we haven't, so here's a good way to close out because I did want your, so this is a relationship advice,
Okay.
okay, that I saved and I wanted to read it on this podcast. This is a great way to close out the podcast because we'll all give our opinions. I don't
Zach
think this
is
is a hard
married
one.
now, so he has
Zach is way wiser.
so much wisdom to give.
Yeah,
yes.
he's a married man. The title of this relationship advice is called "My Girlfriend Sent Nudes to a Guy."
I think I already have advice.
Sorry
for
to
this
say that
person.
while you were taking a sip, Zach. You almost spat it out.
It's all right. We're good.
All
recovered.
right. My girlfriend told me a few days ago that thirsty dudes would DM her on Instagram and ask her for pics or for her number. So tonight I said, hey, let me see your DMs. I want to see what these dudes have been saying. She then gets all nervous and all of a sudden has to do a million things like reply to her mom, etc. Should have said etc.
Yeah, that was pathetic.
She ended up deleting a conversation with a guy who's an artist who continually asked her for nudes. She said he kept annoying her, so she sent them. She sent 6 photos and lied to me until I saw her deleting them. She cried and apologized and said that she had no sexual intentions but wanted him to draw her. She showed me her Snapchat with him. This just happened. I'm extremely hurt and I love her. Please give me advice. Thanks for reading. I know the format sucks. Edit. Also, she deleted the Instagram messages, but she agreed to request her data from Instagram, which would recover the messages. So I don't know until she's a very sweet and kind person, so this is hard for me to believe. Edit number 2. By the way, the guy who received her nudes was her friend. Edit number 3. Thank you for the replies. They've been helpful. I'll leave it at that because I'm still processing what happened. How old is this kid? 16? She fucking sent nudes to a guy.
It's gotta be.
What girl has ever been like, no, I'm not going to send you nudes. No, I'm not going to send you nudes. Okay, fine.
I just want you to draw me.
Then again, I can't say that because I did work at a club and I have seen, fuck me. No. Fuck me. No. Just fuck me. Okay.
Yeah.
But right, I just wanted
Kids
him to
are dumb.
draw me. Like, fucking lie.
Draw me like
I
one of
think
your
she's
French
lying to him, and he's just sad about it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And like, she's just deleting her messages and like,
Oops, I accidentally deleted them, but I'll ask Instagram for him back. I'll get back to you on what they say. Like, no, this dude's an idiot.
like, why the fuck? Yeah. And then like,
Why
are
do you even need to post this on Reddit?
Why are you asking relationship advice? Just choke her out until she dies.
The answer
Whoa.
is clear.
Good. That was a test, Zach. Very good. You should not do that.
Whoa.
No, but just break up with her. Like,
I mean,
what the
they're
fuck?
probably like in college, maybe high school.
High school sounds like.
And this kid's just young and dumb. Probably like me, probably a young romantic.
One of the
Because that was always me in college. Like I never really.
you really were a young romantic.
Aw.
I mean,
We don't have to talk about your past relationships, but
no, yeah. I mean, I was always after like the relationship.
you gave.
It doesn't
I will
really-
say this with you know who Voldemort. You gave her the best. You always attributed the best intentions towards her when she didn't,
Yeah. See, I was.
and the rest of us were like, "Dude, she's a cunt."
Yeah, it took some time for me to feel the same way, but yeah, it was. It's probably the same thing this kid's doing. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, I do too. Also, his girlfriend's a slut.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite comment on that was, "Yeah, why didn't you just block him?" It's literally really easy to block someone.
Yeah.
He
Like-
was just so persistent.
He was so persistent. He wanted nudes.
Yeah. Girls are dumb, man.
Dude, that's why you can't trust anybody except your wife. She's fantastic. So,
She is.
yeah.
I love my wife. It's weird to call her my wife.
Isn't it weird?
It is. I keep saying my wife. Like at
My
work.
wife.
It's funny because when you get
That's
engaged,
my
you're
wife.
like, this is my fiance. And now you're like, this is my wife.
Have you ever seen that John Mulaney stand up when he talks about the difference in getting married?
Okay, I haven't heard it in forever. So,
But he
refresh me.
he talks about that. He's like, you just feel like so much more powerful. He's like, that's my wife. And he's like, don't cut in front of my wife. I didn't kill my wife. Like he's,
Isn't he married? He's married to a Jewish girl, right? Because
Yeah.
he always talks about like how funny it is. Like, and then you have to watch there's a new Netflix special out with the comedian from Saturday Night Live,
oh, Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers.
Yeah,
he's
a
also
bunch
married.
Of people have told me to.
He's
watch
also
that.
married to a Jewish
Is
woman.
it funny?
It's okay. Like, it's pretty funny, but he's talking about how he's Jewish, or his wife's Jewish. And he goes, I feel like that's the correct term is Jewish. Like when, they accepted me in the family because, I've been with my wife for so long and I do a lot of Jewish things. So, at our wedding, one of her aunts came up to her mother and said, "Is he a Jew?" And the mother went, "He's Jewish."
I would say that about Ben all the time.
Jewish.
He stole my joke.
He stole your joke.
Yeah.
He's Jewish. Yeah.
Everyone would always be like, Ben's Jewish. I'd be like, yeah, he's Jewish. That motherfucker. He stole my
Stole your
joke.
joke.
Yep.
So
I'm going to write a letter.
I'm glad I told you now.
Do it.
That's
rather
funny.
than later. But yeah, it's really funny. So the whole thing, it wasn't as good as like normal because he doesn't normally do stand up,
Yeah.
but it was fine for his first. Like he tried to pull the whole thing like, "Oh look, I have legs. I know you've never seen them before because I'm on TV." I'm like, very funny. I get it. That's an
Well, I
insult.
saw he did a show at Centennial Hall in Tucson, and Mike and I went. It was funny.
Oh,
It
nice.
was good.
Yeah,
So I'm
Centennial had a lot of.
curious to see if there's any
Recycled
repeat
shit.
jokes in there. But yeah, it was funny. It was good. He tells her, all right, this is a good way to end the podcast. You'll laugh at this. He tells a joke about how he's like, so I went on a date with this girl recently, and he like gets super like intense and serious. He's like, we met at my place. Things were going well. And we went out to dinner. And it was just, we were so passionate and the heat was there and there's all this and yada, yada, yada. And then get to the end of it. Like he's like laying out, like mapping out the date. And it was like, they were super intense and passionate and all this stuff. And he's like, I drop her off at her house and she's like, I want you to come inside, but I can't. And, or no, they get back to his place and she's like, I want to stay, but I can't. And all this. And I want you to stay. And I let her go. And like all this. And he's like, it's like getting so sad. And he says, and I shut the door. And then I farted for 45 minutes. Like he went on this like 5-minute and it's so true. Like
Oh
when
my God.
I mean, I don't know about you, but like I would do the same thing if I would go on dates with girls. I'd be like, oh, I got to fart. Right
I've done
now.
that before, where I got like off a date, got back in my car, and just ripped ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so funny. I was like, where's he going with
And
this?
that's the thing with girls. Like, if you're on like a 2-day date with a girl, or you sleep over, a girl will not shit for like 3 days.
Oh yeah.
They will keep it. It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
They will keep it in.
I'm married. I don't think I've ever seen Brittany poop. She's very strategic with her poops.
So is Amanda. I have been. So the worst thing that ever happened. This is a great way. So I have been on a date before where I went over to a girl's house. This was at U of A. This when I was,
did you?
and I went over to her house, and you don't remember her, I don't think, but I went over and like everyone was there. We were pre-gaming to go out to Ben's that night, and I get to her house and I'm like, oh, something's not 100%. So I go into her bathroom and I just fucking like destroy her toilet. Just fucking destroy her toilet.
Nice.
And like I flush and there's still like shit stains all over the toilet. And I was like, oh no. So I like go and like open up all the cabinets looking for like the brush and shit, and she doesn't have one. So I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So I'm just like, what did I do? I was like, okay, maybe this will work. So I took like shampoo or something and poured it around the edges and like let it sit for a minute, and then like flushed it and it like came out, and I was like, okay. And I was honestly thinking, because it was one of those ones that had you can lock it from the inside, and I was like thinking, I was like, should I lock it and close the door behind me? So it's like locked, they're locked out.
Like, oh no, I don't know what happened.
So
But then they would know it was you.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's
Wow.
funny. Yeah.
What a story.
So
Shit stories are funny.
I mean, while we're at it, I got a funny one too.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So, she who shall not be named. What'd you call her? Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Yeah. She right when she moved into her apartment when she went to U of A and I was still in high school. It was like probably the second or third time I was like sneaking over to go to her apartment because my mom wouldn't let me go. But I went and I just destroyed her toilet and I clogged it. And it like overflowed and there was like water everywhere and I was like panicking, and then finally I was just like, I don't know what else to do here, so sorry, I got shit water all over your bathroom floor.
What did she say?
She was pissed, but
yeah.
I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Sorry, it happens. I want to get that toilet checked out.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I was super embarrassed. I mean, I'm like 17 and awkward and weird.
How sad.
Went over there just to get laid and then I fucking clogged the toilet.
You still get laid?
I don't know, actually. Good question. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is it the cat?
No, it's the dog.
Oh, it's a dog. All right, guys. Well,
Good podcast.
Good podcast.
Sorry, most of that was about me and
No,
wedding
that's the whole point.
Yeah,
Don't apologize.
it was fun.
Why
Though.
you're
I'm glad you
here.
guys had a good time. I was excited to go listen to the podcast right after the wedding because I knew we'd talk about it.
Hey, I didn't want to talk about too much shit. I did talk a little bit about the
Yeah.
girl, but I didn't say too much. And honestly, like the wedding, but the wedding was. I mean, we've been to a lot of weddings this year.
Yeah,
A few.
4.
And ours was the best. Thanks, guys.
Well, it really was because it's the only one I knew people at.
Hey, well, I guess that works.
Yeah, and it was the most like chill. Like we went to one in Napa, right? And that one was probably like a $2 million wedding. And that thing was great. And it was fucking gorgeous, but I didn't know anybody and it was fucking huge, right? So we had to be on our best behavior. And then we went to another one, but it was very religious and we know how Brad does at those. And so, I mean, my brother's was great, but I was a big part of the wedding. So stressful. And so, yeah, yours was like the first wedding this year that I've been able to just like enjoy without stressing over like wedding shit, like speeches or like any of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the vibe we were going for. We wanted everyone to just have a good time, be laid back. We wanted to get all the bullshit out of the way quickly and not let it drag on.
I loved Mike and Patrick like competing during their speeches.
Everybody was like, was that speech about you living on a couch true? I was like, yes.
Yes. Not for long, but yes.
Oh, it was like a year.
Not long.
My
Not long at
clothes
all.
were in my Forerunner, and I lived on the couch.
I lived on a couch too in college
Hey,
for like half a year.
it was free. I paid
Why?
rent in fun.
Because
Well,
Whose couch?
my friend Avery's.
Oh.
I just
what
lived
Patrick failed to mention is I cooked them dinner all the time because neither of them knew how to cook. If it wasn't for me, Patrick would have lived on peanut butter and jellies.
But if it also wasn't for you, Patrick's room would never have been wrapped in newspaper.
It's true.
So
I would cook them like good meals all the time
Oh, yeah, I'm
because
sure.
I knew that I was freeloading, but at the same time, I
Yeah.
wasn't about to give it up.
so they would come
There you
home
go.
and Zach would be like, honey, dinner's ready.
like I made you chicken parmesan.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus.
Yeah, no, I would make them good meals
Nice.
in exchange for them going to buy me beer because I was 18 and Mike was 35.
And if you're listening to this and you're law enforcement, we're kidding.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Find your time machine and then arrest me.
He fucking pops in right here. He's like, you're fucking arrested.
Ah, shit.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to another just giant pile of awesome maybe shit. I don't know. It's fun. We love you so much. We want to thank you for listening. Remember, if you're not subscribed, do that shit. And we will catch you next week. Peace.
Bye.
Letterkenny sucks.
Fuck you.
Had to do it.